Okay, so I posted this on my Instagram, so I'm going to post it here. So we're trying to look for the owner of these albums, and they're pretty it's a little invasive, but it's not like there's nothing in it where you'd be like, "Oh my God, if you've seen it." It's more like if it came into the wrong person, they could make money off it and then just, you would have never got it back. Um yeah, so basically it's like two mega things of albums of different places. Like different places. I don't want to get into the major details in it, but there's some people that I know who would just die to see some of this stuff. And I was looking at it and I was like, I would be afraid to post it anyway, like most of them. I'm just going to show a picture because I need to show the guy because we need to identify him. But I actually, there was one person in here that I thought would be like the perfect people to contact because they're legal. So I was kind of thinking, well, maybe they do know them. It doesn't look like some of it could be like where they're at events and they don't know everybody, but it goes back quite far, and there's a lot in it. So I was like, no, I don't want to post it because if for some reason it's stolen, it could put me in trouble. Like I don't know how. I got a story about how it was probably taken. Now, obviously, the people that later ended up with it aren't the people that did it. It actually, the story about it is strange, and it's dealing with some other people. So, allegedly, somewhere around there, they believe it's a belief that it probably was stolen. Because why would somebody have an album of some guys that's not his, theirs, right? So, yeah, through somebody else, like down the line of something. So then it landed with somebody else, allegedly. And just to let you guys know how this even came about, because it's damn crazy. I'm like, what the hell? The other person wanted to return it, and I believe that they were kind of scared of how to do it and didn't know how to go about it. And you could do a couple things. I guess you can go to the police, but I'm tired of dealing with LAPD and their piles of you know what. And basically, I just want the person to know that I have it and they can come and get it. And hopefully soon, because I don't know how long it'll be in my possession for. I told the other person I was going to try. I'll try, whatever I can, post something out here. Somebody's going to know them. Somebody's going to know them. And that they would want it back. They definitely would. There's things in there where it's like, yeah, I mean, I would love to post them for you guys because there's a lot of people that would love to see this, but it's not the right thing to do. So if you ever run across something like this, try to return it because, like, the first thing in my mind when they were bringing it up, I was like, it's not from some burglary ring, is it? Because, there's been a lot of those with these guys out here. No, the story's like completely just a whole different, like, what the hell? Here's something for you guys to know. Don't trust people in your house. I was actually talking about this years ago when that GNR guy brought us over to Chris Holmes' house, and he was so effed up that they didn't even care who was in the house. And I was like, they're lucky that I'm this like honest person and nobody else is, and they will steal whatever they can. I mean, it's a crazy thing. I would never think of doing anything like that. But if somebody allows you into their house and you just never know what they're going to take. Like, I probably wouldn't have thought, oh, my photo albums, because I have pictures of me and, other people together, right? Yeah, so allegedly, I think that was the initial thought, because nobody was actually there when it happened, the thought of the story. Then later, they were just going to toss it. It's the craziest thing. And I was like, if that was my album right there, it would be pretty precious and I would want it back regardless of who that person is, whatever the case may be. And yeah, it's just people are this crappy. A lot of people are this crappy. So I don't know how long it's been gone, maybe for like a decade. I don't know. That person probably is just like, I don't know, somebody took it, I don't know where it is. Well, I have them. Okay. So if you want to get them back, if somebody knows who the name of that person is, that would help too, because then I can contact them. I actually did research last night and some today for a couple hours trying to figure out who that person is because it actually showed them at some event and that they were on a stage at an event. And then I found the video of the event, but they're not in the video of the event. So it would just indicate that somehow they were at the event. It could be a couple things. They could be part of the event itself, and that's how they deal in the business. They definitely have quite a extensive thing here. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure what the connections are. It could be that their parents are like rich people. It looked like they came up from some privilege. Okay, that's much I know. So yeah, so I don't know who that is. It's really weird. They had pictures of them with people that actually at the time were on tour with some of the people that I was out with on tour. And so I was like, what? And when I looked at them, I go, well, they're kind of familiar, but I don't know who they are. Like something about it. So I was like, it's possible they were around some of these people because there is a couple people in here that, yeah. So I was like, I don't know who it is though. Are they just this big ultra like rich fan that shows up at all these events, private and public? And you know what I mean? It seems like there was a little bit more to it. So that's all I'm going to get into with that thing. But yeah, there was quite a lot of pictures. You guys, I'm telling you, it's a tempting thing when you see something like this because it's just like you want everybody to see it. Like just because it's something, yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it too well right now. But no, I'm not doing that because number one, I don't want to get in trouble. Two, I feel it's invasive because I don't have the actual permission and I feel that they are stolen. So that's my thing. I feel that they are stolen and it most likely is. So again, the last person wanted to return it. So I'm doing my due diligence and trying to help that happen. And then, but you know, for how long does it become my property if nobody comes and gets it? I'm trying to figure out who it is first. So at least I have a contact where I'm like, hey, do you want it back? And if they don't want it back, then that's the end of it. But yeah, people out here, I say don't trust them in your house, dude, because I had stuff go missing and it's like, I'm not even ultra wealthy or anything, but I've had quite a bit of things stolen just from any idiot just coming in. Documents, items, we're talking about clothes. My club clothing was really expensive and we know the girls that did that. So that type of thing right there. Yeah, you just never know. But they always have these Hollywood parties, right? And I think it had something. This is what we're thinking in the story is that there probably was some Hollywood parties, and so people were in some people's houses, and I guess during maybe perhaps something like that, just to kind of throw it out there. But again, it's just an assumption of that's probably how. So that's all I could say about it. It definitely wasn't me. And Kevin Spacey happened to be in a few. I was like, is this like, I was like, what are the chances of this? I feel like I'm being trolled, you know, at this point. You know, I was like, I'm going to show that picture because I need to show the guy. So I was like, that's the one because we all know Kevin and that's that thing. And, but it doesn't appear like they, I don't know if they know each other. It almost looks like everybody's at an event and then like people are just taking photos with each other. So I think it's an event where people had to pay. I don't know. I think someone said it was like a Thing for Kids event. Yeah, Thing for Kids, and Kevin is there. Something to do with that. That's why he was wearing a paper heart. Something like that. So no, it didn't necessarily indicate like they're best buddies. However, in some of these, there's some return people, and then there's some of the people. Oh well, again, I'm not gonna get into all that because I totally could. But yeah, but it seems like if you guys remember the Nygaard pictures, like okay, so sometimes on those pictures, like some of the people don't really know them, and like they're meeting up at the parties, just like that. And they take photos together. But then there's some people also in that who are good friends with Nygaard. And so I can kind of tell a little bit depending on the return of the people and, you know, some of that stuff. So, yeah, when I was looking at it, it was just kind of weird. But they certainly have some type of thing up in here. But maybe he's an investor. Maybe all these things. I have no idea. It's a little strange. But regardless of that, I'm here to return it. So if you would like it back, whoever you are, you can contact me. You could put somebody can put his name down below or tell me how or whatever. I also did the Insta over there, so I put it there. Because I do think that they should get it back. That's what I feel. But if they don't want it back, then let me know, and I'll do whatever with them. Or the other person is, I don't know what the other person's gonna do with it. It's just not like it was given to me. It was like handed to me for a minute. So I'm gonna try to attempt to do that, and then again, I don't know for how long we're gonna be able to do that, but you know, come and get it. I'm like, come and get it. What else can I say about it? And I'm dealing with all this other stuff over here. I'm trying to keep the stress low because that's just too much. That's just too much for me, you guys. I gotta catch up on work and do some stuff, and um I don't know when I'll get back to the regular program, but eventually maybe I don't know. I can't say yet. I gotta catch up on stuff.